What is up, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. Today, we are talking about Bitcoin as prices have rallied all the way up to 27,000. In fact, we hit 28,000 very recently. We pulled back just a little bit here in the short term. So we got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about on Bitcoin today. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Share these videos with your friends if you enjoy watching them. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. So previously, we have been talking about the possibility of Bitcoin doing a big picture reversal. We were showing a lot of different charts and why this was going to happen. One of the main reasons we believed this was going to happen in the short term was because of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we have our left shoulder, our head, and our right shoulder, and we have now broken up above this neckline. The neckline is this blue dotted line you can see on the chart. That blue dotted line, as prices broke above that level, it confirms the inverse head and shoulders pattern, which, by the way, does have a minimum target. You can use the inverse head and shoulders pattern to measure where prices are going to go with a very high statistical probability. So if you do that, you can measure that the potential target here with Bitcoin is about 35,000 on the inverse head and shoulders pattern. So even though we hit 28,000 here in the short term, it's very likely that we do push up higher to at least 35,000 per coin due to this pattern. So this is the beginning of something very, very big. At least that's what I believe is happening here on Bitcoin. Something very big is coming. So the short term does definitely look like we are going to push higher. We did push up pretty vertical here. So, prices can go like this a little bit. There's no reason it couldn't test 25,000 again. But overall, the momentum is going to keep pushing prices up to that $35,000 level. And ultimately, as prices get up to that $35,000 level, we will then be testing our major resistance zone. But right now, we have a lot of upside left in this market. So the other thing that we've been looking at with Bitcoin, we've been comparing it to Apple computers, and that is very, very, very powerful to do. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and we'll take a look at what's going on here. All right, so on the bottom chart, we see Apple computers, and on the top, we have Bitcoin. And basically, we're comparing that 2009 financial market crash that happened in the stock market, the housing market crash where everybody sold all of their stocks out of fear. And it's remarkably similar to what happened on Bitcoin in 2022. So this is a pretty similar pattern you can see on both of these markets. And what we're really watching for here on Bitcoin is this big reversal. So you can see on Apple here with the bottom, once the market really started to base out or bottom out, then we start to get this huge marching up action. So that's a big reversal. Whenever people are panic selling out of fear and prices are very undervalued, a lot of times you get these powerful reversals where people are expecting it to take, 5 years or longer to recover, and boom, within the period of about a year, it's back up to the levels that it was before the crash. And that's exactly what happened with Apple computers. You see, from 2009 until 2010, not only did it fully recover, but it actually pushed up past the level that it was at previous to the crash. So this is what I'm expecting with Bitcoin. We could see a huge vertical march here in price. And as we start to push up to these resistance levels, you can see that Apple did not respect its resistance levels at all. So people will likely be trying to short resistance, trying to play swing trading through all of this. And there's no guarantee that prices won't just push right up through resistance and kind of blow people away here. You can also see that both of these markets did do a falling wedge pattern. So we were looking at the inverse head and shoulders, and they both did an inverse head and shoulders as well. But one of the other patterns to be looking at here would be this falling wedge structure that we see on both of these markets. So we get this huge rally, and then of course prices become short-term overvalued. That's what leads to a big correction. Everybody gets way too bearish at the bottom of that correction, and then you get a massive recovery. That's what happened here on Apple on the bottom, and that's exactly what I see happening here on Bitcoin on the top. So this is really good. This is a good sign for the crypto markets as a whole. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of your favorite projects starting to take off. There's going to be coins that die at the bottom of every major correction. There's obviously coins that don't recover, but for the most part, there's a lot of really good cryptos out there. And as prices recover on Bitcoin, you're going to see a lot of your favorite projects start to take off again. So overall, there's a lot of money to be made in this market, and taking advantage of these big swings like this is really how you're able to make big profits. So I'm super excited about Bitcoin. I'm super excited about the crypto markets as a whole. People are looking for things to put their money into. They're putting their money in gold. They're putting their money in silver. They're putting their money in Bitcoin. They don't really trust the dollar. A lot of people don't trust banks right now. And this is a really good thing for the crypto industry as a whole. So I believe that's going to continue to progress as chaos progresses in the world. People are looking for something to put their money in, safe haven assets. And right now, Bitcoin is like digital gold. So a lot of people are flooding their money into the crypto markets as a safe haven. If you look at what happened right after the pandemic, you would have thought that in 2020, when a pandemic started, that Bitcoin would have crashed, right? But no, it went to 69,000 because people are looking for places to put their money. And the crypto markets are a great place for people to put their money where it's not going to go to zero. If they have that bigger picture approach, they're going to earn money instead of watch their dollar continually lose money through hyperinflation. And it's accessible. It's easier than gold. Not that gold is a bad investment. Gold is a great investment, but it's harder to purchase. It's harder to transact with. It's harder to send it to your friend. If you have $200,000 in gold, what are you going to do? Carry a bunch of gold bars over? No. So Bitcoin is a solution for the money issue. And I believe that's only going to continue over time. And I think that this recovery that we're starting to see is going to continue pushing up higher here, and it's going to be a really profitable move for those of us who are invested in this market. So Bitcoin looks really, really good right now. Also, if you go to coinmarketcap.com, you're going to see a lot of coins that have started to take off. We're starting to see some big reversals here on a lot of different coins, and this is really the market conditions and the types of signature moves that we're looking for right before a big picture reversal. You start to see major projects going up 80%, bottoming out, making basing structure, double bottoms, inverse head and shoulders. This is the market conditions that leads to a big picture reversal across the board. So super excited about the crypto markets, you guys. To get started making money in these markets right away and really take advantage of these big swings, understand how we're positioning ourselves, how the charts work, how the economy affects Bitcoin and all of these different things, definitely join the VIP program. It's super simple to get started. There's a link in the description box below. I do have a 20% discount applied to the regular price. So even though it was $1,000 before, now it's only $799 for a short period of time to get started in the VIP program. So you can follow along with our signals, start making money in these markets off the big swings, and sometimes even the little swings we do play. But overall, we're really focused on these big swings because that's how you change your life in these markets. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Join the VIP program, share this video with your friends. I look forward to seeing you guys in future market updates. And as always, stay profitable out there.